Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear champions and dear mentors. Welcome to our celebration webinar. Thank you very much for joining today. I know we all have a busy schedule. In some parts of the world it's morning, in some parts of the world it's evening. We all have our, day-by-day activities, but you took some minutes from your plan and from your daily routine to join this meeting, so we appreciate the dedication. Well, first of all, we would like to say congratulations! Congratulations, dear champions, and congratulations, dear mentors. Thank you for your work during the last 6 months. We appreciate your time and dedication. But we also hope this was a learning path for you. And we are very curious to know what did you learn and how this experience improved your life in general, or maybe just made you understand that you need to change something in your life. We previously, as you know, had already 4 tenures of champions, and we always are happy to find out about stories that sometimes are untold but made a whole difference. On behalf of Empower Women team, we are I would like to stress that we are happy that somehow this experience make your life better, and somehow you continue to be dedicated to your to your values and to the skills and to everything, to your work you do during these months of volunteering with us. So thank you for doing this, and thank you for being such active champions and mentors. As you probably know, this year we had a different format, and it was not easy, but it wasn't so complicated either. I hope mentors enjoyed working with their champions. Champions enjoy to have a dedicated mentor to guide them throughout the process. So today we are saying congratulations to 170 champions and 55 mentors. And we are happy to have with us online entire team of Empower Women. We are joining from, different parts of the world, from Turkey, Ukraine, US. So to start and to congratulate you all, I would like to invite the manager of Empower Women, Movement for Women Economic Empowerment, Anna Feld.
Thank you, Diana, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm as Diana, as excited as she is, and the entire team for all the amazing work that you've been doing in the past months. As Diana was indicating, we tried a new format to allow more champions the opportunity to work with us. In previous rounds, we have had much fewer, but the model of mentoring and having mentors supporting you as well was something that we wanted to try to give more people an opportunity. So we are excited to congratulate you and on your graduation today, but also to hear feedback, what went well, what went not so well, how can we improve it for the next round, and especially around the mentoring program, because this was something completely new for us that allow us to try something new. And I know that some of you have experience of mentoring professionally and privately as well, and that you also have helped us understand what needs to go and what we can improve in this new model. So I am sure that Diana has much more to say, along with Maral and Cecilia. So I don't want to take too much time, but I'm so eager to hear from all of you about your experiences. Diana, back to you.
Thank you so much, Anna, and thank you so much for your dedication in guiding us through this process. And the team here, at Empower Women, we did our best to put this model for you, dear champions and mentors, to work. But, because it was our first year, of course, not everything maybe was in an excellent format, as Anna mentioned. So today you have an opportunity to maybe, give us some feedback in terms of what will be good for next year, but also moments that you really enjoyed so we can keep them and treasure them and build on this. So, I just wanted to mention that we were very happy to have you on board as Empowerment Champion and members and mentors, and to build this community together. And in a way, we all had this mission to advocate and take action for women economic empowerment worldwide because you were our representatives. I am happy to report to you that this year we had champions and mentors from 70 countries around the globe. And this is not easy to coordinate in terms of time, in terms of schedule, in terms of, different preferences, cultural peculiarities, but we did our best to listen to you and to hear your voice and to see what did you like the best and to adjust to your requirements. We built this experience together, and as you've seen, we also changed throughout a little bit some kind of time frames in order to accommodate everyone. At the beginning, we had, action time board, and everything had to be, the program had to be concluded by the end of March, and the reporting period April. But of course, it took a little bit more to set up the idea, to set up the projects, and to make work, as a machine. We put a model this year to advise and guide you through the mentorship program, and we had three main groups. This was business development group, and it was led by our wonderful Meral. It was advocacy and social media group, and it was led by our wonderful Cecilia. And of course, a skills development group, which I was very happy to lead. At the beginning, we tried to have a series of webinars and capacity building, trainings for each group separately, and then for mentors and for champions as well. Each of us, meaning Meral, Cecilia, and myself, we had the groups meetings, and then we had separate meetings at the request. You sometimes in your emails mentioned that it's a bit unfortunate that we didn't have an opportunity to talk with us directly. But as we stressed throughout this period, this was a purpose. This was the purpose of entire setup this year. We wanted for us to be just a point of guidance, point of connection, and more at the higher level on kind of coordination, and everyday work process, or weekly or bi-weekly. It's also depend how you coordinate it between champions and mentors. So you will really have this experience, and we wanted you to develop such skills as communication, negotiation, teamwork, team building. And we hope you enjoyed this process, and we hope you learned from this. With this said, I would like to invite Meral and Cecilia to give a little bit of feedback, how they see this process from their end, and also a little bit about how was this process during their group, advocacy and social media group, and business development group. Meral, I would like to invite you first to congratulate our champions and mentors.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon from my time zone at the end of the afternoon, and from a cloudy and rainy Istanbul. Congratulations to all the champions, and of course, focusing on my own champions, and I will try to explain my own experience. And as Diana explained, it was also a first time for me, even though I have mentored colleagues and even younger students in my life, that was totally something else, and over the zone and in different continents. So, and I want to talk, of course, very honestly, so it can be very constructive for all of us. From my side and from our side, I would say, we were very excited, and we are still very excited to have a business development group, because with the SDGs and with the adoption of the transfer of the WEX within Empower Women, and with the importance of partnership in the world to advance gender equality and women empowerment, the private sector is gaining more and more importance, and we have to partner with private sector or with institutions in general. So it is a very important issue. So we wanted to develop that and see what we could do with the champions. So we had a lot of interest from the very beginning, and very, very much interest from our champions. From my side, I saw a dropout of champions, and some said that that wasn't what they thought. I don't know what they thought, but some said that that wasn't what they thought. And some others grew up, and they really realized incredible things, and even they went beyond. The projects have changed over the way, because I totally understand. At the beginning, people were thinking they would develop skills and they would be more active on social media, even with business development. But under business development, very clearly, from the very first webinar that we have done, and it was explained that, and what we want to succeed is to reach as many institutions as possible, and different institutions, and invite them to be our members, or as organizational member, and to engage them with Empower Women, to populate iLearn modules, etc., etc. And some have great success. I'm very thankful on them. And especially on the STEM area, we had many, many champions who are very interested with that. So I'm very thankful also. And I have a great deal of champions. They want to continue, even though we call them champion or not. And that is their words. They say, even though you call me champion or not the champion, they want to continue because it was a very good beginning. And so I can come back because I feel I have talked a lot. Diana?
Thank you so much, Meral. I appreciate your sincere feedback, and we are looking forward to hear back from champions. I would like to invite Cecilia to congratulate our champions and mentors. Cecilia, back to you.
Thank you so much, Diana. First and foremost, congratulations to all. I'm very excited that you guys have finished this 10 period so successfully, and with so many, as Meral was speaking, I was also familiarizing myself with some of her words, because I experienced some of the things that she said, but I also was so happy to see the projects on the background, the great projects that have come out from this experience. As both of my colleagues, Diana and Meral, have mentioned, we have collected some lessons learned from this experience. We know it could happen better, of course, but you know, we're very happy with the outcome. Overall, I'm very happy from the advocacy and social media team. We had really good projects, and it was very exciting to have a team that is doing more visual communications and is having that extra arms of the octopus, I would say. We had over 30 fact sheets produced, more than 90 stories, one great campaign that was revamped with posters and closer look stories. We had a very solid social media team that was constantly creating new messages so we could push our social media for empowerment further and increase our outreach. And also we had the brochure team that was also trying to do a brochure to invite more people into Empower Women. So it was a lot of work, and I know that some of you, like Meral said, also were hoping that there was more skills development on the group. But we did what, you know, it was more about trying to come up with ideas and trying to be self-driven more than having more that much guidance on the process. And I think it worked out for some, and it worked out. It didn't work out as much for others. And I saw some of the same issues that Meral said, that a few people started to be less involved. But I also noticed that some of you like to be more of online people, and some of you like to be more of offline. Which at the beginning, you know, was a bit hard to manage, but it worked out well because the people that wanted to be offline did the work offline, and then they sent that to me and shared what their results, and the people that wanted to do online were online. So I think overall I'm very pleased with the results and with the campaign. So I'm very happy and grateful for all your hard work during this time, and we'll definitely want to hear from you to make it better and to improve the experience for the next round of champions, and for those who want to continue being involved with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cecilia. We appreciate, Meral, both, and Cecilia, we appreciate a lot the feedback. And from my side, I would like to say that, you know, it's been a pleasure to lead the skills development group, in particular because in the same time we are developing UN Women Virtual Skills School We Learn. We wanted this group to be focused, the work of this group to focus in particular over research the skills requirements to get a job or to start a business in the country you are living, and develop a survey to identify the skills needed in the community for women to better access jobs and become entrepreneurs. So it was very hard at the beginning to explain, but more important to understand for champions and both for mentors, I guess, the connection between not simple education, right, and skills development, but the connection between education, skills development, and employment. And during the process, you know, I understood that some mentors still have the experience of their champions, and they maybe thought this was a better experience for them. So they guided the champions to the practical programs, which was in their community. So, you know, it was okay to go with this as well, because I strongly believe that, you know, we had to listen to the champions' voices and mentors' voices, and to do together what they felt more comfortable. So some of you contributed story for each module, so financial literacy course. Some of you participated in the testing of what you've seen, you know, strongly building We Learn, and some of you just kind of felt uncomfortable to do that, but built strong proposal and did a lot of trainings on the ground and a lot of presentation about skills development and 21st century skills. And I was glad to see that you took out the materials from the webinars and the trainings that we conceptualized especially for champions and mentors and put together in your presentation. So thank you for doing that. And also thank you to those champions and mentors that you know, kept the rules ongoing. So we numerously time repeated, please use the InSupport logo. Please do not use the UN Women logo. So thank you for not, you know, going beyond the rules and to complying to that. It made our job easier. Of course, I need to highlight that not everything was, you know, like a happy line. And we did have champions and mentors that didn't commit to the volunteer experience that they applied to do. And I would like, this was fascinating for me because, you know, you applied and you've been selected among the 4,000 participate and application. And I would think that you would like to do it so much, but you would like to commit, from the day A to the day Z. But of course, life comes up with different situations, and some of you wrote to us and explained, and we promised to continue working with you in the next tenure were postponed. We had some severe political situations, so we postponed for some champions and mentors their tenure, and we adjusted the periods in particular. But for some, unfortunately, we didn't have any response. We kept sending emails and we didn't. So unfortunately, we are so sorry to say, but for these champions and these mentors, we will not be able to, say congratulations and to provide you a certificate of completion. The rules were very strong, set in the beginning. The rules are created to follow them, and we don't want to be negative, or we don't want to be, denying your participation, but we want to be equal and fair with all the participants, both champions and mentors. So we hope you understand, and we hope you agree with us. While Cecilia and Meral congratulate you and provided the feedback from their side, and as well as I did right now, you saw the photos from different projects that communities, champions organize in their community with guidelines from their mentors. We didn't succeed to put all of them, so if you didn't see your project or you didn't see highlights from your work, please don't worry. Everything you uploaded on Empower Women, everything will be posted. As you know, we have a process of doing that. It's going through the editing and then letting you know. And as you know also, we do have a special section in our newsletter called, Champions in Action, and we always try to feature your work. So if you didn't succeed to do so, please upload an article, a blog, a news element, just a simple bunch of photos, with some comments, and we will be happy to highlight. Of course, not all of work, as mentioned by Meral and Cecilia, was or had a kind of writing or photo element. A lot of you helped us in building something that is not visible but creates a core of a whole product. So we appreciate that work a lot, and it's, in the meaning it equals with any stories and any development of a campaign. It's work unseen, but it's so important as the other work as well. So we appreciate every contribution. I cannot highlight it more, but I just wanted you to know that it's very much appreciated. So I think it's enough talk from our side, and we would like to give an opportunity to hear from you, our mentors and champions. I acknowledge that maybe today we will not be able to, go through all the feedback, because we also need to take some information, how we should conclude the project and the tenure. But we would just simply like to hear maybe some champions and mentors that would like to express themselves. So please, if you have any questions and difficulties to connect or to use your microphone, please use the chat box and address your questions. And if you would like to speak and you have the microphone set, please raise your hand and we will give you the opportunity to speak. So let's try. With this said, Youssef, I see you have a raised hand, and I'm wondering if we can hear you. Youssef?
Hello.
Yes.
I hope I hope you are hearing me.
Yes.
So first of all, I would like to thank you very much indeed for the great efforts that you have made in order to make this project happen. I was really fully engaged in this project from the very beginning with our yeah, she was really amazing actually, and always on time to update us about everything. I had the pleasure to work with two champions from Ghana and Gambia, and during this past month, we work day by day in order to put a spotlight first on the issues that they are facing in their countries, and we were able finally just a few weeks ago to first in Ghana to launch national platform and knowledge for advocating for women's rights, and in Ghana and in the Gambia, a local organization that is going to focus more on education for the women and girls. And what is really amazing about that we have decided to still work even the project or the period that Empower Women gave us ended, but we have decided to the battle and the work regarding the promotion of women's rights, especially in Africa actually still. And we are going to do our best in order, because we have now actually a project about and a plan about 1 year. So we are going to do our best in order to make this happen. Once again, thank you very much indeed, Empower Women team, for the great effort that you have done. I would love also to congratulate my who were really more than amazing. They were really brilliant in the way we have collaborated together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Youssef. I would like to stress that Youssef, is always active, and I can see him online in sharing the information and the updates, not only from his champion, meaning the group that he mentored, but also other champions. So thank you, Youssef, and thanks to all the mentors that did that. I could sense that, and we as a team could sense, the collaboration and the support and that you gave each other, and the wonderful comments of, confidence building in terms of, it was a whole exercise of imagination, and we appreciate that. In turn, you also became friends, and, you build a strong network. Zarina, maybe we can try to see if we can speak with you. Meanwhile, while we see if Zarina has access to her microphone, maybe I can read the feedback from Olivia, and she say, "Thank you so much. It has been a phenomenal experience, gaining knowledge, using knowledge, and sharing knowledge to empower women and girls globally. As an Empower Women Champion 2016-2017 was an amazing experience for me. How do we apply for 2017-2018 mentorship and championship?" Oh, this is so nice to see that you already express interest. So after we will take some feedback and maybe live sessions and kind of from our champions and mentors currently on the line. We'll be happy to give you more details on that. So I don't think Zarina have an opportunity to speak with us. Let's go back to Agbeolu. Agbeolu, hello? I can see your hand. would you like to connect with us? Maybe not. Mahwash?
Yes, please. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
All right. Hi, Diana. Everyone, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I would just like to say I was with Advocacy and Social Media, and Cecilia was leading us. Unfortunately, I did not have a mentor. He did not get back to me, but then Cecilia was, did a wonderful job in guiding us. I led the Break the Glass campaign, and I think I'd just like to say that with Empower Women, the best thing that I liked about working with it was that, all the things that really mean to you, that are close to your heart and you want to make a difference about, when you have a label like Empower Women with you, then it adds a lot of credibility to you. So whenever I approached somebody telling about the project and saying that I'd like to shoot you for this project, which has been, an initiative of Empower Women, which in fact is an initiative of UN Women, so it added a lot of credibility and weight to the project, from the very start. So that definitely helped, worked in our favor. The other thing I think is that, again, one can only have so much reach alone. And, when you collaborate and you create, you create synergies, and that's how you're able to amplify your voice. So I think with Empower Women, that is another, a great advantage that you would not only associate, you're not only associated with a great cause, but then you are able to amplify your voice through that forum. So I'd like to thank you for that. And I also really hope that, all the amazing work that everyone has done, then Empower Women is able to really, use that content in a very meaningful manner, and then, add with your capacity and capability, partnering with more people and more organizations, you are able to, spread the word even more.
Thank you so much. And indeed, as Mahwash mentioned, sometimes we had the situation that the mentor didn't connect at the end with the champion, and we tried to contact and to just to ask what's happening. It's okay if any plan is changed, but we also then in some situation try to add or change the mentor. And thank you for those mentors that agreed to have one more member in their family. So we had mentors who had more than 3 champions. It was sometimes 4, sometimes 5. But in the situation when we didn't find the solution, thanks to Cecilia and Meral, we tried to also speak more with those champions and guide. And we hope you didn't, feel the lack of champion. And we acknowledge this was one of the barriers this time, but we will also took it as a constructive criticism, and we will try to identify a solution for the next round to make this process work from the very beginning, and hopefully not to have so many changes, but we know delays the process of project implementation. So thank you so much, Mahwash, for iterating this, and we promise to take care. Joel Odata, would you like to connect and share some of your feedback? Also, we have online raised hands Karim and Kathleen. So whoever would like to connect, I'm very happy to. Karim, Kathleen, Joel. Hello?
Hi. Hello.
Yes, so now let's take the turn.
Yes.
Kathleen, would you like to go first? Yes.
Should I go first?
Yeah, please. Yes.
Once again, I really just wanted to thank the entire Empower Women team particularly Cecilia. She is amazing. She will answer questions at midnight, at 2 in the morning. She definitely functions both as a team leader and I'm sure in many cases a mentor. I have to thank Empower Women again for the opportunity because, and also to my mentor, Anne Lisbeth, because within the past 6 months, so much has happened. In addition to contributing to the digital storytelling team, I created a project on women's economic empowerment in St. Lucia called Helen's Daughters. And I also created Facebook pages and Instagram pages related to the project. I ended up partnering up with the largest trade union on island, and now we've established a women's auxiliary arm for the union, and at the opening our keynote speaker and the Minister of Women's Empowerment and Youth was also present, and basically we've achieved, I was able to push Helen's Daughters forward so that we could get non-profit status in St. Lucia.
Oh, what a great! Thank you for sharing with us, with Caitlin. So we appreciate all of his feedback. So now let's see if Karim is still online. Karim, back to you. Karim, Joel. Oh, I think we we lost. We had all of them together, and I think we lost some participants. Maybe we can also connect with Agnes. Agnes?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. This time it was a great experience. Although we had some little challenges, but for us in Tanzania it's made a real huge difference. And I flew out to one of our members. She's been appointed as a member of parliament. And I know one of the points she got the credit because she's one of the Empower Women champion, and now she's going to stand for the women in the parliament. So I would like to argue that this is a very good platform for opening the opportunity, and we are really, really proud for what we have been learning and experiencing. Despite we had some few challenges, but we tried a lot to do a lot and reach out as much as we wanted to reach out to the women in Tanzania. So what I want to say is just thank you so much for this great opportunity. Tanzania team were the first, it was our first time. Hello, Diana, did you hear me?
Yes, thank you so much, Agnes. I appreciate your feedback. And, you know, I know that it simply happened that we had a bigger team from Tanzania, and I'm glad that you could connect as a team and you could organize these, you know, team projects and create these wonderful t-shirts and go together and make the difference. And we are happy to know that this experience created new opportunities for you, and we will be happy to know more about these impact stories so we can leverage them and make them known all over the world. So I think Zarina sends a message in saying, I wanted at first to congratulate all champions and mentors. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. It was a great experience and helped us translate our ideas into actions. I specifically loved the mentoring aspect as I learned a lot from my mentor Elena, and her support has been phenomenal. I'm looking forward to contribute more to empower women even after the championship period, and would love to take up mentoring in the future. Thank you to the team Empower Women, and congratulations to all fellow champions. Thank you so much, Sharda, and thank you so much, Zarina. So the message about Yelena was from Sharda, so I'm sorry that I mix and match. I'm trying to catch more messages over here. Maria Pedro say, I'm happy to be a part of Empower Women team, and I will stay like this forever. Also, Isabella is asking how many times, what in terms of time frame, to post or to, a contribution. So and I can see that is a question not only from Isabella, but we also have some other champions that ask this. So dear champions, as you know, currently we are a very small team, and the amount of kind of, approval, it's a bit slower. But even so, we need to edit and to verify all the contribution. Doesn't matter, is this a publication or this is a story? And we verify it from two ways, twofold, right? Grammar, but also technical. So technical part takes a lot of time and go back and forward with you, because you are the owner of the stories and you have a concept and an idea. We don't want to break it, we want to improve it. So please be patient with us, but in the next months, we will not have any new applications or any new champions. So this will be one of our main activities, to assure that all your stories, all your wonderful contributions and impact stories about your work and how this changed your life, it's kind of published. And maybe this is a good way to go back a little bit to our presentation, and we wanted to have this congratulation and very fun and emotional webinar to share some happiness, both from empowerment team, mentorship team, and championship team, and congratulate each other. So please continue the conversation beyond this hour through Empower Women, through the special Facebook group that you have for 2016-2017 champions. But we would like to stress that once again, that really we would appreciate your feedback, and mainly on the 3 questions. What worked well and we should consider doing more? Suggestion to improve a champion's experience, and of course suggestion to improve the mentor's experience. Based on this question, we put together a survey, and this time will be separate for champions and then for mentors. And before we would send the certificate, we would like to receive this survey. So please, mentors and both champions and mentors, complete the evaluation survey, that will be sent as a follow-up to this webinar. Of course, we will share the webinar recording for those who didn't have an opportunity to join us today. So, hey, you guys, I know you were busy, but congratulations to everyone. And please be very constructive and put all kind of ideas, because we are taking your voice serious, and we would like to increase positively the experience. And I would like also to address one point that we emphasized during the webinars and during entire period, but still we had additional maybe emails or meetings regarding that. I know you are so excited to be affiliated with UN Women and UN in general. This is why because of additional joy, in addition to your formal status as Empower Woman Champion for Change or Empower Woman Mentor, sometimes you add up as, UN Empower Woman Champion or UN Champion. And all of these raise a serious legal issue. We are not trying to, by any means to say that it's something that if happened we will raise a case or something. We understand if happened, and we try to guideline this through into the toolkit, and be there and explain every time about this situation. But because we notice that this is not the case, meaning that from 170 champions and 55 mentors, we still have people who, when expressing themselves on LinkedIn and social media, they formulate UN champions. We need now to, as a corporate entity, as a UN entity, we have a new rules. So every mentor and every champion will sign a form that indicates the correct use in future of their legal status in terms of experience as a champion for change and mentor for change program. So these will guidelines as well, how you should include this experience on the LinkedIn social media or every time when you go and present in a workshop and so on. So if you have additional questions about this, please make sure that you ask them. We are very happy to always to connect with you and to give additional explanation. But if not, we will just ask you kindly to complete these two forms, this form and the survey meaning. And once completed, please share an email with us, your focal points, or just send an email to a general Empower Women email. And this will be a sign for us to provide you the certificate. We will give a timeline. This will be the next week, and this will be 5 days when you'll have an opportunity to do so. Of course, if you don't have an opportunity to comply with this timeline, please let us know, and we will make sure to give to extend the timeline if needed. So what are the our plans and how you can get involved and keep yourself engaged, because I know looking to your questions now and your feedback from the chat box, a lot of you are asking how we can be involved, stay involved and so on. So, well, first of all, if you are a champion or if you are a mentor, you can always apply to become a mentor for the next round of champions. So as in the case of champions, next time we will have a call for champions for change, a call for mentors for change, and you'll be able to participate and have the same opportunity. And it doesn't mean that if you already have been a mentor, you cannot, and it doesn't mean that if you just graduated from champions, you cannot. You know that we don't judge according to the year, what experience. The criteria is more based on your passion and your willingness to act and to drive change for women economic empowerment. We, as always, invite you to join the webinars and Blue Jeans session for future champions and share a lesson learned from your experience. At the beginning of a tenure, you probably remember that we did a series of capacity building exercise, and you heard from our previous champions in terms of evaluation, in terms of collaboration, and how to structure the project. So if you would like to be the next presenter, let us know, and you'll have an opportunity to do so through the survey. We always invite, whenever you have something new or just an interesting fact to share, please write a blog and share the story behind the business plan. There are so many avenues to feature this and to include in our presentation for future, because we always highlight this. Every time our team has to go and to present something, we make sure that every time we change the stories and highlight all your work. We love to speak about our champions and mentors, and we will always do so. Be assured that we will highlight your work as much as possible, but with one condition: we need to know about it. Join the e-discussion as an expert and discussant as well. Recently, we just concluded the discussion about science, technology, and innovation. I know that this was topics of interest not only for skills development groups, but for all of our champions. And you saw this report made as a result of the e-discussion, including will be together complying in a big report presented to member states. So if you want to, raise your voice in this forum and to make sure that your government take action, you also need to take action. And, when we speak about advocacy, we always highlight that it's not only being a part of a movement, and the next day to forget, but it's most importantly stay and drive a change, be that action, and the begin with something and continue to work for the cause. We are always happy to see your contributions on social media channels, and you know all about our wonderful campaigns. I know a lot of champions working for advocacy and social media team. You did your best to improve the two campaigns that we have, ongoing campaigns, Break the Glass and the Her Story, and we continue to contribute the stories and feature these campaigns. So we invite you all to be a part of these actions, and if you want, please select the point where you want to stay engaged, and we'll be happy to collaborate with you on multiple or one avenue. And now I thought that if we have any additional burning questions, maybe we can take 2-3 minutes to respond. I know Kevin, Caroline, Isabella, and Kathleen, and Sheila expressed that you would like to continue to be a mentors, and thank you so much. I can see compliments and congratulations on behalf of champions to Meral and myself and the entire team and Cecilia, and we appreciate, we all on behalf of Anna, Cecilia, Meral, and myself, we appreciate your compliments and your positive feedback, and we take very serious the negative construction and the feedback, and we promise that all this work we do because we care about our join together. And I think it's a wonderful way to go back to Anna for the final conclusion and for feedback from her side. So Anna, we invite you to conclude this webinar and congratulate again our wonderful champions and mentors.
Thank you so much, Diana, and Meral, Cecilia, and everyone who has spoken and contributed with comments during this webinar. There was one point that I kind of picked up in terms of some of the feedback in terms of skills development among the champions, and that some of you have faced challenges. So I think that we only know after the fact when we have developed the skills. We are not necessarily aware as in the process as we are developing them that we're actually becoming much stronger in terms of problem solving. You have a challenge. Every challenge requires a good response, and that helps you to exercise your analytical thinking. How now are you going to resolve the problem, and which leads to a better problem solving skills. So whatever challenges are not always bad. They are actually helping us to develop and grow as both on a private level and professionally. And also I have seen in many of your, as we saw on the slideshow, many of the different projects, they have taken different directions. This is part of your passion and your curiosity and your creativity and putting your ideas into motion. So look back and really think. I think many of you have not only been given new opportunities, but also developed the skills. And I think it's important for all of us to recognize and really try to delve into what are those skills that you have developed, because that's important when you apply for a job or that you want to be able to showcase your business, to say what is it that you're good at. So take a moment to really think about what are those skills that you have developed during these few months, and use them in marketing yourself, your business, or wherever you go, to say, I have developed these skills and I'm now ready for the next challenge. So I congratulate all of you, and we learn as much as you learn in this process, because we get to hear from you what's actually happening on the ground, and that's why we are so excited to continue with the Champion program, because you are in places where we are not and our partners are not, and you really help us to understand a broader sense and a deeper sense of what the issues are around women's economic empowerment and what the solutions can be to resolve them. So thank you so much, everyone, and congratulations to both champions and the mentors. And thanks so much for your feedback.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you all. We appreciate you spent this wonderful time with us, and see you online and offline. And we are happy we are together as a family. Congratulations and see you soon.